Is it exciting that you're getting some of these honors and getting some accolades? I know, it probably feels like you've been in college forever now, but, like, is it exciting to finally get that recognition after all this time?
Yeah, I would say it's exciting, rewarding, just pretty much seeing all my hard work pay off even through the challenges I went through, not only injuries, but playing behind someone for so long. So being able to wait it out 6 years and finally get that recognition most definitely is a rewarding feeling.
What are you most looking forward to when you guys get down to Tampa?
Warm weather, consistent warm weather. Florida typically has nice weather. Hopefully it's not rainy those days while we're down there. But yeah, just being able to practice when it's warm, that's what I'm most looking forward to.
What was it like for you last season after, you knew you had to go through all that to get where you are now?
It was tough mentally and physically. Had a similar injury going in my freshman year, so I kind of knew the rehab process, but since I actually broke my right leg, the rehab process was a little bit longer, and then I'd say it was hardest mentally just because of how long I waited to be able to earn that starting job and it be taken away like that. So there was doubt that pretty much crept in that what I was doing wasn't enough. So I would say that was the hardest part for me.
With knowing that's your last game and all that stuff, we talked about this a little bit the other day, but does it change your approach to how these practices go? Did you feel a little different out there, or was it just the old reflexes kicking in?
Nah. I'm the same guy every day, so I mean, the awards, accolades didn't really change my approach to practice or anything like that.
Anything in the back? Nope. Okay. Chad?
Big picture question. What is your sense of the trajectory of this program? I mean, what do you expect out of these guys moving forward that you won't be a part of it anymore?
Oh, very minimum a bowl game. I expect them to be competing for ACC championship each year, winning no less than 9 games each year, and pretty much playing in New Year's Six Bowl.
Why do you think the program can do that? And what gives you the sense that it's moving in the right direction?
I feel like everyone in the program has a belief to win now, and I feel like he brought that to this program with his coaching staff and just pretty much what he believes. I feel like years past was out there playing not to lose, not actually going out there thinking we're going to win that game or had a chance to win the game. So I felt like the success that we had this year, people actually are going to believe and buy into we can win. I mean, games that we lost in the fourth quarter. We was always competitive for the most part. So once we lock into the small details and fix those, I feel like this would be a 9-win team each year at the minimum.
Have you had a chance to take a look at Central Florida yet, or you spend most of your time just taking care of improving what you guys are doing?
A little bit of both. We're focused on the front end of pretty much technique, fundamentals, getting back in to the groove of things. But then also starting to take a look at UCF. They have a couple familiar faces, and I mean, I just watching games. We had so many late games. Their games to be on before, so I didn't see them a couple times before we played.
Anything else, Kelly?
Have you thought much about, like, kind of after football? Are you going to try to pursue an NFL career, those kinds of things? And do you have kind of a plan for after the bowl game yet?
I do plan on training after the bowl game and pursue my NFL dreams, but I haven't chosen where I'm going to train at or who I'm going to train with yet, so I'm still in the works of that.
You and I, we've talked quite a few times now, but what is it like to have gone through this season, finally getting your opportunity to play and see some recognition for it from people outside of the program?
First off, it's been surreal. Obviously, I'm thankful, blessed to be in this position, to be able to actually showcase my talents on the field. The recognition part, though, it's not really that big for me, honestly. I'm really of a team player. I honestly feel like if you go out there and do your job and get everybody else to do their job, the recognition for anybody will come eventually as a team part. That's really it for that question.
What has it been like from that, the first time you took the field as a running back to where you are now as far as making progress? What do you feel you improved on as the season went on?
First thing I feel like I improved on was self-scouting, being able to self-evaluate myself and improve inside the film room to know where I can get better at from taking on that position change. Then the second part to it is actually getting comfortable in the season. So with those first couple of games, I wouldn't say I was scared, but it was more of it was more like a getting used to feeling of the fast flow of college football, since those were my first snaps of playing inside a college game. But that comfortability level of moving throughout the season definitely gained more as the season progressed.
You look at this season as a whole and this team, what were you most proud of?
Honestly, persistence. No matter the ups, no matter the downs, we kept fighting, we kept going, and we kept competing. And honestly, that's what you look for in a team. And that's where you see a leap forward being gained from the team when you have persistence and you have continuing to fight.
Obviously, there was a lot of excitement when you guys qualified for a bowl game, but now you're obviously preparing for that game. So how has it been handling the excitement of going to a game, but also preparing for a really good team that you have to play down there?
Obviously, we want everybody to be excited that we are going to a bowl game since the first time since about 2017, 2018. So we definitely want everybody to be excited, but we definitely want everybody to know that this is not just a vacation. We're trying to go win the game, and we have to dial in, we have to focus, we have to be prepared to go play another team that's also trying to have the same goal as us, win the bowl game.
Anything else for Jamal? Chad?
Do you know much about UCF? I know they got a lot of Atlanta and Georgia kids. Do you know anybody on that roster?
Yeah, I know a few kids on that roster, Kobe Hudson, Javon Baker, really good players. As far as looking at them in the film room, we've really been developing on ourselves for the most part for at least this first week. You get 13 to 15 extra practices, so this is a great time for our young, developed players to actually get developed in these practices and actually have an opportunity to go play in the game.
Just, looking at that and looking at the future, how important is it to kind of set some momentum here to build to go into next year when you guys want to kind of level it up a little more?
Very important. With going to the bowl game, obviously the expectations have definitely risen around here, so we are very expected to go to a bowl game every year. From here on out, honestly, that's the expectations. And then just with going in to this bowl game, we have to understand this is not our final destination. This is not our top goal. We want the ACC championship. We want to be in those playoffs. So we have to understand this is just the beginning.
Got Rod and then Chad.
How has the change of pace been for you and Dante, with you guys feeding on each other and maybe every once in a while giving you a blow and the other guy gets in there and does his thing?
I mean, I feel like that starts with a great relationship in the running back room. Ever since I moved to running back, Dante has came with me to open arms, with willing to help me, but with the 1-2 punch between me and Tay, it's been phenomenal. We've been able to piggyback up off of each other, and then even with the other backs in the room, anybody goes inside that game, we're able to piggyback up off of each other, encourage each other, and it's been one hell of a year.
Chad, you're good?
Eddie, you played obviously in this game as a rivalry game, and what's it going to be like to play UCF again?
It's gonna be good. The expectation is most definitely to win. I know a lot of kids over there, a lot of Florida kids over there, but the goal is to go in Tampa and take over Tampa.
Chad?
Have you kind of thought of this at all as like a full circle moment? You just left Tampa, you come to play for Tech, and now you get to go play a bowl game back in Tampa at that stadium?
I'll say yes, because I'm actually happy the bowl game in Tampa because it's warm, it's cold down here. I ain't used to this. It's too cold for me. But I'll say yeah, it's been a full circuit going back there and playing, making big plays in the Buck Stadium. So I'll most definitely say yes.
Go ahead.
You've been here now for a full season. Has your expectations been met here, as you're going through the season?
Coming in, like without my expectations, my mom always told me shoot for the stars. So the bowl game is good, yes, that's great. But the team expectations, it's a 8-man playoff next year, and 12. So we win games, we'll be there. So that's our expectation as a team. Our expectation is to win ACC championship, bowl game. So we got really pretty high expectations. I wish y'all can come in and see the team, how it is, because I promise you, this is a great program, great program.
Back.
You guys obviously accomplished a lot this season, including going back to a bowl game for the first time in 5 seasons. But how important is it for the team to then end the season on a positive note by getting a win here, you know, ending up with a winning record, 7 wins? I mean, how much importance do you put on that?
It's very important going into the off season with a win, because that gives us confidence going into the next season. We got a tough opponent our first game, so this win going to carry on to the next season, and it's going to make our off season even better. That's what I'll say to that.
What has it been like working with Coach Coleman to, you know, help improve your game, and you know, what have those experiences been like?
I love Coach Coleman. Coach Coleman, a great coach, phenomenal coach. I talked to Coach Coleman yesterday. Coach Coleman helped me get better every day, no matter if it's schoolwork, football, telling me something in life. He's a great coach. He's a great man outside of football. Everything ain't always football with Coach Coleman. I done hung out with Coach Coleman. The whole team that's hung out with Coach Coleman. We done had events. It's great with Coach Coleman. Coach Coleman gets me better every day, every day.
With the bowl game and getting an opportunity to have these additional practices, how much does that mean to you guys just to get to spend that time together? You've been on teams that even last year, like, that didn't, you know, season just ends abruptly and that's it. How important is this, like, extra time?
This is my first time, actually. It feels good to have one more game with the guys, the seniors, Jay King. We're going to send them out right. I would say this time right here is to help better our craft and our fundamentals going towards the game. So we just got to harp on everything we do in practice, our fundamentals that Coach Coleman has taught us. So I'll say we just got to better our fundamentals and our tools.
Anything else? All right. Thank you, Eddie.